Hey there, and welcome to Cosmic Sage. This is the Mercurial retrograde, so speech is definitely on the table for issues people may run into. This is an all-sign report. I am not doing it by astrology. However, if you know your chart, this could be very helpful to you. So in other words, if I speak on particular signs that show up for you, it might not be a person, it might be a place in your chart, and or the area in which, and I can highlight that too, that could be issue for you. So it can be technology, it can be the past coming back, something from the past coming up, cropping up again. A lot of Mercury retrograde is when things go wrong, like contracts don't sign them, things like this, right? Because often things are broken during the Mercury retrograde, or they are things that won't be fixed properly during a Mercury retrograde. So I'm not your astrologist. I am just here to read for you. We are going to pull for Aries first. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That will help the channel grow, and it will help me bring the interactive sessions out as well. So I pulled some oracle cards to start for everybody across the board, any sign. So it doesn't matter who you are, this could apply to you. We have timing cards in a few weeks. So if you have a question you come here for, something may happen in a few weeks. We have before the end of summer months. So these are cards that were found. They were previously not put away. And I think when I spoke to Spirit, I think that they're meant for someone still. So if you heard these before, those are definitely yours. If you haven't, you've been waiting for an answer and this applies to you, take it if it's yours. The other oracles that we pulled fresh today, okay, these are from different decks, and one is Witch's Broom. Rid and purge negative energies. It is time for you to, if you do have sage, if you do have a way of praying and ridding energy in which does not belong with you, in your energy, in your space, rid it, because you have stale energy and or trapped energy that does not belong in your space. And with Mercury retrograde, anything can go wrong. And so you don't want to help it hitchhike into your plans, your destiny, your space, your day, right? Okay, so owl might resonate for some of you. You could have a tattoo. You could have an owl outside your home. You could like owls. It says gaining knowledge from experience. So if you are any of the 12 signs, you could be going through a wisdom surge. We have the Emperor. So we might have a definite Aries here, maybe a Libra, maybe a Capricorn. Authority and respect. So you could be coming into your own sense of authority. You could have an authority figure that you are going to be dealing with the Mercury retrograde as well. We have dark cloud. Clown, okay, like the circus, deception and games. So some of you could be dealing with someone who is playing games and they're being very deceptive towards you. So these are the recommendations from a oracle deck here. One, we have take your power back. Someone drained your strength. You're reclaiming what's yours and your confidence rises again. And so that could be why you need to cleanse your energy. We also have emotional detox, clearing old attachments, cleanse your heart. You're releasing what weighs you down. Healing begins with honesty. So being honest with others and yourself. Thank you to those that have come in, and thank you to those specifically who have thumbed up. The more thumbs up I see, the more chances we'll have interactive readings. I'm going to have, if we do receive enough thumbs up, so just because the description box says that there is going to be a live interactive stream with answers, I'm not going to do that if we don't see the thumbs up here. So I'm just letting you all know, the more we see here, the more likelihood that is. So I don't have to maintain a promise because I'm giving a free service. There's no money involved here. So what I do see is 4 likes. I have seen as many as 17 or up to 19, I think, people. There's 7 now. So I appreciate if you are someone anticipating, expecting anything for free that is aimed at you, that you would maybe think about liking. Thanks so much. Okay, so we're going to read for the Aries people. I'm going to pull out a couple cards that are oracle for Aries specifically, for what they might anticipate with, or they are with, this current Mercury retrograde. Aries, you have get on yourself. Now the star is showing itself the second time. Prior, I was talking to Spirit and I asked about Aries. And prior, I got the star card. So you have a spotlight on you. And also, you could be dealing with your physical essence right now, because you do rule the ascendant in the chart, right? So I'm seeing star. You're a star player. You're a key person. All eyes are on you. The card here says, your potential is worth the risk. Your courage builds opportunity, and you are the best investment. So there are people who want to see you rise. They want to help you rise. They want to help you shine. If you had a yes/no question, you have an answer yes. Unicorn. Hard to find, too good to be true, and all you ever wanted and more. So that could be what the person is like that you're looking for as well. You could be, in a sense, if it's a job or love situation, it could be that people are seeing you as a rising star and you're everything and more. You're like the unicorn. So again, I only see 4 likes. Please help me get the likes up so we can do the free interactive portions. For Aries, what do we have for the Mercury retrograde that we are in now? We are currently in for June 2026. It is going now, this Mercury retrograde. What is going on in regards to the Mercury retrograde for the Aries people? Okay, so you're standing on business, 7 of Wands, but what is this about? Let's see. Okay, so there could be some things that are like getting in the way, derailing you maybe, when it comes to getting the ball going, getting things running, your motivation. What is this Ace of Wands and the 7 of Wands? What is this? Are there entities getting in the way for Aries? 8 of Cups, yeah. So you're trying to get away from something. You're trying to walk away from something. You're walking away from something where you had to stand up for yourself. This energy from Mercury retrograde could mean that something you walked away from, you thought was over, it's trying to get in the way now. So like you broke up with someone or some kind of problem you thought was over with, it is coming back to the surface and trying to get in the way, stymieing you, maybe it's immature energy, maybe petty energy, trying to come in and rear its head and say, listen, you're not done here. And you're just like, you don't want to turn back and look at it. You're done with it. But this entity and or situation, it doesn't seem to want to be done with you. For Aries, what else? So you're looking forward to your ambitions, your goals, your motivation. So if you have willpower, you're not wanting things to get in the way of it. You've set your priorities. So there is somebody who is trying to come back. This is a Mercury retrograde love situation, I'm guessing, but not all of you are going to have that situation. Could be somebody you had children with. Okay, it doesn't have to be. We have the Queen of Coins here, but it could be related to your production, your creativity, what it is you have grown. So it could be that you were involved maybe with a Pisces. For the Aries, this Mercury retrograde, what else can we tell them is likely going on, and what advice do we have? Okay, so Aries, you have 4 of Wands and Judgment here. So this could be a home situation. Could be that there's a problem that is like resurfacing in the home, around the home, surrounding the home, okay? But this could be a twin flame situation if you have a twin. Can I find out more about this 4 of Wands, please, for Aries? 2 of Wands, yeah, it's not coming together as quickly or as easily as you had anticipated. I think that Mercury retrograde is causing trouble in either a twin situation and or a home situation. Can I find out more for Aries, Mercury retrograde? Yeah, there is some kind of drama here. the Five of Wands, and the Sun. So Leo season, I'm seeing may improve. Can I find out more about the Sun, please, for the Aries people? Okay, so if you have not been getting rest, that is Aries all the way. Okay, so that, not Aries, I'm sorry, that is Mercury retrograde. No. So what I'm getting here is Aries, Mercury retrograde is the cause of this. Can I find out more about the Nine of Swords? Yeah, the Chariot in reverse. So things aren't going, you're not resting. And it might be a twin or a home situation, your home life, your twin situation. I think there's some healing coming in during a Leo season. Can I find out more about the energies we're dealing with for Aries? Okay, yeah, you have double Leo. So this has to do with your creations. So this is either a person whom you've given birth to, or this is a business. This is where you are having mercurial issues. So this could be a child. It could be as well somebody that you were trying to make children with. So if it is a twin, yeah, the Lovers, it could be a Gemini, it could be a Leo, a Cancer. Leo's coming out strong. And for the number we have, 14, that's Temperance. Sagittarius. Okay, so what else could be the mercurial retrograde issues for the Aries people? Okay, yeah, there's childhood wounds coming up for you or your person. We have yes here, and it's about children. So there could be your children are coming to you and saying that they're having some issues that are coming back, returning. So maybe they had something that happened, a trauma, a woe, something like that, or it's you. Something is resurfacing. Somebody's not getting rest. So the Mercury retrograde for the Aries, it's either your twin or yourself or your children, but there's something resurfacing. So that is what I'm seeing. What is the advice for the Aries people? The Wheel of Fortune. So what does this Wheel of Fortune mean? They're saying that if you have something that is new, that is fair and judgment, to take a risk. So I don't know if that means that maybe you and someone you care about, maybe talking about therapy or talking things out. There's something like this. Can I find out more? Yeah, the High Priestess. Sharing the secrets. Opening up and sharing the secrets, taking a risk at learning and sharing secrets. Can I find out more? Yeah, Justice. Leo showing up for you. That is your opposite. That is your shadow side. Okay, so some of you, not all of you, are going to be dealing with someone who is trying to come back from the past and you want them to stay away. Okay, so that is Mercury retrograde. And you might need to do some cleansing energy and or cord cutting on that. Others of you have things that are resurfacing that are going to be getting in the way of your rest, your person's rest, or your children's rest. That is for Aries. And that is not going to be every Aries. So listen to the rest of your chart if you need to. I'm going to move on to, let me see if I can get a couple more energies for you real quick. I'm going to get some more energy on this for the Aries people. Let me change out the dice I have here. For the Aries people, can I get some more energy? So you're definitely showing up, 19 as well with Leo and Sagittarius, all fire, all ambition, all, yeah, this is motivating energy. So whatever is trying to come back from the past is trying to stall you, railroad you, block you, stymie you on what it is that you are trying to pursue. So if this is a twin situation, moving forward on a move, getting a home, just resting so that you can take care of your body, your career, the things that you care about, this is getting in the way. So yeah, you have all the motivation here on the table. You have massive motivation on the table. So I see things going your way after, say, Leo season enters. Actually, yeah, we're in Cancer now. So it's a few weeks out. That's what I'm seeing. So if we need to address this when I have the open dialogue for people to talk to me and ask questions, I might carry this over to the OG place. Some of you know about the OG place. If I find that we're not getting the proper support from those listening, that might be where I do all the free reads. So I'm just letting everyone know that if they're coming in and they're getting free readings, but they're not interested in liking, well, you don't really necessarily get a free answer either. Okay, so next we're going in order. We have Taurus, all places. If you know your whole chart, that would be really helpful for you. For Mercury retrograde, what do we have for Mercury retrograde for the Taurian people? Okay, so Jupiter, Libra, number 7. Okay, so luck, you're spiritual, you're a truth, wisdom seeker, Sagittarius, and Pisces energy. What do we have for the Mercury retrograde for the Taurus people, please? So this could be about education, it could be travel. Actually, this could be money as well. So if you're having a wait for, say, some kind of dividend or something you're waiting on, inheritance or something, it could be that it's tied up because of Mercury retrograde right now. Balancing, coming together with someone, possibly your Taurus, it could be as well your sleep world. Could be your sleep world is right now in flux. Maybe because you're not receiving some kind of dividend, money, inheritance, something you're waiting on. For Taurus, what do we have for Taurus? For this Mercury retrograde, what is stalling out? What is right now having friction due to Mercury retrograde? Yeah, so you are involved in some kind of ruthless win. So you could be tied up in a court battle or something like this. You got 5s here. So there's some kind of change, some kind of division. 5 of Cups indicates that you're feeling some kind of haunted loss, and it might be pulling on you. This could be a crossover loved one who had hoped you would receive some kind of benefit. You're a beneficiary of some inheritance or something. 5 of Swords, and somebody is holding back on letting you have it, or they're putting a block on it. They're taking advantage of Mercury retrograde, maybe. That is not for all Tauruses, okay? So if it's yours, it is. Leave it for who it is for if it's not yours. For Mercury retrograde for Taurus people, please. The Knight of Cups. So you could be having an issue when it comes to your love life, the romance. There could be stalling going on with that. 3 of Swords, and maybe you're not healing. So maybe your healing has taken, sometimes when we heal, if Mercury retrograde comes in, the person that we're trying to heal from may not be willing to let go of us, and this could be what you're dealing with. Can I find out more about this 3 of Swords for the Taurians, please? The Devil. Yeah, this is somebody who's holding on to you. They're obsessed. They're attached. So you may want a clean break. So I would say get some cord rituals, cutting rituals to release them from your energy, and or maybe burn some sage and say your own prayers, because this person may be holding on to you tightly. They could be a Capricorn or a Cancer. They don't have to be. Can I find out more about this Devil and the 3 of Swords for the Taurus? Yeah, this person may have been interested in you for, say, lustful reasons. This person's hanging on to you still. So if you're not talking to them, they're in your energy. The Mercury retrograde is telling me that they are shadowing you. They may have hurt you. They may have been very disloyal. They could have, well, I'm getting that they really deceived you, okay? You have the 10 of Swords. So this person, yeah, with the 3 of Swords, they did it on you. They did a number on you, okay? You walked away from them. The 8 of Cups, excuse me, is coming out, and the 9 of Coins, making you a single person. So what I see is your healing right now might be in flux because of what it is this person did, and they're wanting to come back, riding on their horse. And it's a hard no for you to give them. And it says it blows. The situation sucks, feeling disappointed, things are not working out. So you're trying to move on, you're trying to be single. The 9 of Coins indicates you are wanting to be single, you're wanting to heal. This person's trying to hold on to you. You have side-eye Queen. Your intuition sees through the act. The truth shows on your face. Something feels off for a reason. So that is right there speaking to Tarian's feeling, that pull of this person who is kind of in the shadows. They're not leaving you alone. Okay, so energetically they are. So if they're showing up in your dreams, they are trying to bring you back in. That is what I'm seeing. So it seems to be love related, more so for you. And you're asked to get the rest to rejuvenate for your justice. So you have justice coming out for you after the 4 of Swords. So by pulling yourself away from this energy, cleansing it, like I said in the very beginning of this entire reading, cleansing this energy from you, this person, this entity, right? You have fairness coming in, balance, right? Queen of Cups, your compassion will be back. You will be healing. But yes, you have the Star. Leo season, you may be doing better. What I'm seeing is that this person is likely riding through the Mercurial retrograde to try to get you. They're using this to optimize their chance. For Taurus, like what energy are they dealing with? Okay, we do have, you're showing up with number 2. We have Aquarius, we have Neptune, which is more Pisces, and we have Cancer. Somebody's very emotional over you, and they're stuck on you, and they're not letting you go. So you need to do what it is you need to do with this Mercury retrograde. You might have to up your game and figure out maybe another formula to add to what it is you already do, cleansing your energy to remove them from your, so you can have your peace, your healing. 4 of Swords, you know, so that, can I get some advice for Taurus, please, when it comes to this entity, that this individual? So we have the Moon, shadowed illusion. What is the Moon, please? 10 of Coins. I'm getting you're supposed to nurture yourself, getting rest, self-love, self-care, and look to your family and or network, the people that you trust, the people you know who are there for you. That is what I'm getting, that you have stability within the community you know, and let them know if you need to, if this person's obsessive, if it's to a level that you feel that you need to speak out for your protection, make sure others know, okay? 7 of Swords, yeah, they're deceitful and they're hanging around in the shadows. They're trying to come back. You're just too hard for them to ignore. They're trying to use what essence they can use, so whether it be they're suave, you know, they're charming and or alluring, but I'm getting kind of like maybe they're using magic. So 2 of Swords, you are protected though. So if you're wondering, you are protected. Okay, so we are going to read on the Geminis. Gemini, you have 4 of Cups here. There's something you're not noticing. So this Mercury retrograde, you have your blinders on. Let me find out more. What is going on for the Geminis? Gemini, you're showing up. Gemini Sun, you have Taurus. You could be involved with the Taurus. Just read them. We also have Pisces. We have sleep. Maybe you're having sleep issues. Maybe this Mercury retrograde is bringing bad dreams. What else do we have in the Oracle for the Geminis? You have a maybe, a long road. It will take a while, a long-term potential, and the journey has just begun. So if you're asking a question in reference to how long will it take for a destination, a goal, something that will be telling you that you have reached success to some level, it will possibly take you time. And this is giving me Sagittarius energy, your shadow side. So it's saying that it'll be a long distance before. So you have drinks and maybe drunken love, having a drunk sex, and drinking to escape reality. So you could be revisiting an old habit, maybe one that's not good for you. Could be that you have fallen back on something. This Mercury retrograde has given you the comfort in, say, a liqueur or something like this, or some kind of substance. Maybe you fell into it so you could get the sleep you needed. Maybe it is causing you to sleep, have dreams. Could be that in which what you are considering, what you value, is out of touch, out of reach, because you have fallen into some old habit. And I find out more about this Mercury retrograde, and you're not recognizing it. It says arrogant wastefulness. 4 of Cups is also a drunken energy sometimes. So it could be that you have your blinders on because you're using this to escape maybe an issue, and in turn you're kind of getting in your own way for the success you want. So can I find out for Gemini the Mercury retrograde energy that they are dealing with, please? Yes, 9 of Swords. There's something to do with your rest, the devil, and addiction. So yes, it has to be an old habit for you. Yeah, and you could have slipped into it because you had something you were excited about. You could have been excited, but there could be, yeah. I'm getting that if you're involved with someone who's younger than you, They could have kind of coaxed you into it. We have the Knight of Wands, the Page of Cups. There could be an apology coming out. So maybe you have fallen into an old habit because you've taken up with someone younger and they brought out, say, the younger side of you, and you're doing things that you would have done, say, years back. And I don't know your age. I don't know the difference in the ages, but kind of find out more, please, when it comes to Gemini and this Mercury that is in retrograde presently. So you have more young energy, Page of Wands and Nine of Cups. So I think you have a wish fulfillment here. I think that you've been rapidly planning and trying to roll with it, go with it. And maybe you have partaken with someone younger and you're just trying to keep up with them. And so you're doing things that you might have done before, because this is everyone, everyone. This is everything you've ever wanted. This person, they're completely what you've ever wanted. You might even think of marrying this person, and or maybe you did marry them. They're a 10 of Cups to you, a 9 of Cups to you. Yeah, you see a security. You want to be security to this person. 2 of Cups, you see them as a soulmate. So what I'm seeing here actually has to do more so for Gemini with an old habit. This person has brought you an old habit that has sort of spoiled your success in other areas. So let me see what else we can get on that, please, for the Gemini. Okay, so you have the 3 of Coins. This is something that could blossom into something very meaningful. You could work with this person, but you could be thinking about maybe marrying, tying the knot with this person. Let's find out more. For the Mercury retrograde, how is this getting in the way of Gemini, please? Okay, so right here we have like a wine flute, Ace of Cups. Yeah. So I think that being sober, I think that without seeing it, I'm kind of wondering if maybe you need to start cutting back to temptation, you know, like, yeah, cutting, Ace of Swords, cutting it down, cutting it back. It might be in the way at this time. So it could be the Mercury retrograde is kind of like taking over, taking charge. Yeah, walking away from something that you're addicted to that is taking over. It's taking on a life of its own. It's getting in the way of your happily ever after. So that's what I see happening for Gemini. You have some kind of addiction that is attached to some way, in some way, to this person who you're in love with, and or this entity that you see as your happily ever after. Because the 2 of you, you share this interest, but they're younger and they might not have the same issues you have with this, and or you've grown beyond this and they need to understand maybe as well that you have to use temperance. And advice is the 7 of Coins. Yes. The fruit of labor. Yes. The advice is to keep on building, to invest in you while you're investing in this connection. So if you're investing in things about yourself that are like addictions, and you're not paying attention to the results of those addictions, you need to pay attention to how these things are affecting you. So indulge in the relationship, the building of the foundation, and the camaraderie, but try to resist being consumed by something. And that is what I'm seeing. Can I get some energies for the Gemini, please? Okay, Gemini, we have number 20 could mean something to you. There could be a difference in age, even 20 or the 20th of the month. Something is coming. We have Capricorn, which is obsession energy that fits this energy, as well as Mars, Pisces. So I do feel that your sleep is inflicted. I think that your health could be inflicted as well. Sometimes when we see that energy show up, it can mean that. I'm not a doctor, but please do keep in check if you're having something running away with you with Mercury retrograde. Okay, so what do we have for the Mercury retrograde energy for Cancer? What do they have? So the things that Mercury retrograde are affecting could be your joy, You could be in a pessimistic mood, Cancer. There could be some pessimism going on because we have the taste of joy and live in gratitude, bring color to your world and see the beauty in everything. You could be feeling pessimistic. That would be the opposite. So, or it could be a long trek to feeling blissful and joy in the aspects of things that usually you feel very good about. So maybe the Mercury retrograde is snagging you with your optimism. And then we have reunion. So there could be some kind of reconciliation, meeting halfway, resolving some kind of conflict. And that could be right now be in, say, resistance mode, or say things aren't working out like you had hoped. Could be classmate thing or something. I don't know what, but whatever it is, it could be affecting the meetup, the plans, engaging. Can I find out more for Cancer, please? Okay, it could involve a Virgo, a Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Sagittarius. You have 14 in the dice. There could be 14 days involved. For Cancer, what does Cancer have happening now with this Mercury retrograde? What are the effects for Cancers with this Mercury retrograde? Okay, so you have hard misfortune, the 5 of Coins. You have 9 of Swords. You two are having problems with your sleep. I think it has to do with coming together with someone, working together with someone, collaborating. 3 of Coins. You're feeling locked out. You're feeling blocked. So yeah, we have the peace and harmony. I feel like it's not in flux right now. I think that there's some kind of blockage. It's stemming from your rest. I think there's a Pisces involved, maybe, for some of you. Your 12th house, maybe. Can I find out more? What house is affected for the Cancers? It could be your 9th house, and it could be your 5th house. Could have to do with children, working together with your children, coming together, planning with your children. Could be something about education, travel, long distance. Can I find out more for the Cancer? So I also have securing a deal. So if you're trying to get a deal on a car, a home, the rate of pay you would like to receive at a job, could be that Mercury in retrograde is not giving you the offer you're looking for. You could have red flags. Be careful during Mercury retrograde if you want to sign a contract on any of these things. It could be that you're waiting on them, and maybe you're pushing for, or you're waiting for, say, the right amount to be either chiseled off of the price, or the right amount to be given, granted by a job prospect, career prospect of some kind. But you're asked to be cautious because of Mercury retrograde. For Cancer, so your shadow side's coming out, the Devil. And then the 9 of Swords. I would say that right now Mercury retrograde is rearing its head with your shadow side. So some shadow work may be required. What is this Devil here? 6 of Swords. Yeah, something to do with maybe the past. Something in the past is cropping up in your rest. So just like a couple of the other signs, it could have to do with father wounding. It could be a father issue. If you're living near anywhere where there's ocean, it could be you need to be cautious about, say, sharks, stingrays, jellyfish, things that are dangerous in the waters. But with Mercury retrograde, I think there was some kind of needed change as a child that either you were hoisted into by your elders, and or maybe it did not happen. And now the results are sort of rearing their head. So it could be that you learned bad habits from a parent, or there's something that happened, something occurred. Now, I'm not your psychologist, but something to do with your childhood. So I'm getting childhood wounding, or bad dreams, fears, things that felt like imminent threats from your childhood that have they've kind of trickled into the today world. So the Mercury retrograde has something to do with you, possibly your father or a divine masculine archetype. That is what I'm seeing for Cancer. Can I get some advice for Cancer, please? The High Priestess. To listen to your intuition, Empress, and be creative, self-nurturing. What is the Empress, please? 10 of Wands. So if you're thinking of healing, it's going to be a heavy burden, but they're saying that it is worth it. The Queen of Coins. So now, for some of you, this could actually be something that is that's in your way because of Mercury retrograde, that if you work through it, it will result in a nice coinage. Maybe the position you want, the career, the creation. Say your creativity is blocked because you're not working on something that is from way back in childhood or way back in history, and you're working through it, you're facing it. So your shadow side, you're facing it, you're taking it head on, right? This is going to result in you having a nice coin, and or your abundance, your future will be nice. You will feel easy breezy. Everything is going to look good if you do this. 10 of Coins on the other side. Can I get some energy as to when this will result for the Cancers? Well, we have that you're going to be walking in your destiny. So this could be what's in the way as well. So this Mercury retrograde is affording you the ability to see this. You're showing up on the dice with 4 as well. Taurus, your self-values, and also your hard work with Virgo. Okay. So yeah, your destiny, your North Node is showing up here in the dice. So for the Cancers, whatever is going on, whatever you're working through in your dream world, your shadow side, this Mercury retrograde is actually trying to boondoggle you on the right path. So if you're feeling like things are so elusive, you're feeling like, oh, wow, why is this happening now? It's because you have to work through this so you can get on the path you're so desiring to be on. But the thing is, Mercury retrograde is never fun. But so you're going to have to look at this like it's a gift rather than a curse, this period. And the Queen of Swords showing up saying that you have to be very strategic with how you spend your time, your energy, and you give back. So if you're someone who is older and you have experience, say a long time ago, you were involved with someone and you divorced from them, Queen of Swords, King of Swords showing up, it could be something that is related to a marriage from years back. I'm going to say 20 years, or you knew them for 20 years, okay? Because I saw 20, and it could be, it's definitely a long time ago. You might have had children with this person. There was some petty arguments. There was some disloyalty. There was betrayal. So what I'm seeing, though, is this is a new world for you coming forward. And so Cancer, this could be father wounding, and it could be as well the masculine, divine masculine side of yourself and or the person you were with that was a great big letdown in some way. So this is working through that so that everything can then come for you and happen for you, not to you. Life will be better. So this is kind of like your destiny's waiting. Mercury retrograde is right now a snag. You just need this snag to be able to look forward to how to get beyond this snag. But you have a soulmate coming out. Your destiny is a soulmate. And Leo season, you're going to be stronger. That is what I see for the Cancers. Thank you for being here if you are. I appreciate you. And whomever are the 4 that have liked, I appreciate them. I appreciate those 4 that have liked. Thank you so much. And thank you to the 3 who are here. I'm going to take a bit of a break and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm here. Excuse me. So we've just done Cancer. Seems like there's a lot of psychological things that are holding on to people, like addictions. So the gist of it is addictions, the past coming back, things like wanting to heal. Everyone is getting kind of a similar flavor. Cancer got a little bit of what could be in the way when it comes to the kerfuffle of business contracts and such. Matter of fact, Gemini could have the same issue as well, because we did, I think, have the Three of Coins for Gemini too. Okay, so that being said, we're going to move on to the Leos. Any placements. If you know your whole chart, you might get a better snapshot. And even if you don't know your whole chart, you might sit and listen, and other aspects of yourself might be coming through, and it could be helpful. So I'm going to leave that for you to decide. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it so much. That is how we're going to open the interactive portions up. And some of you that are OGs may know that special place. And if I hear from the OGs, I will know the keys need to unlock that door. So, it is up to the listeners as to what and how much I am able to accomplish to help you. So let's find out what energies we have for the Leos, please. Okay, Leo, we have your destiny at play too. So you could be a cusp Cancer. We have what you value, your ascendant. Okay, so Aries energy as well. And your career, 10. And so I'm getting, you could be working on your image, and maybe the Mercury retrograde has you going backwards. Maybe the scale and or the winds are going backwards, and or maybe you're seeing yourself in a favorable light. So it could be working out different for some of you. Some of you could be, like, if you have Saturn in your chart at a certain angle at this time, because we also have fixed energy here with the Taurus. So that it could be like if you're fixated on, say, getting that image, that gym body, that, like maybe you're going to have a class reunion. I don't know. But maybe you're saying no to things that you hadn't said no to in a long time, and it is helping you get. So if you're a gym rat, you're seeing success, but some of you might not be. And I think it has to do with your Saturn. So you'll have to look into that. So yes, we have on repeat, and we have candy, and it says no. So if you are somebody who's working on your the value of what it is you put into your body, you're recognizing that sugary treats, things like this, are just not going to get you where you want to go. It says going in circles, not learning lessons, and on and off relationship. So if you're dealing with something that is sweet, confectionery, or a person who you think is the one, and they keep showing you they're not, that could be that you're getting on this merry-go-round, and that person with this Mercury retrograde, because we have ghost, they might ghost you back and forth, like they're on again, off again, on, it's like a revolving door with this person. So we have no, lack of closure, unexpected ending, and no communication. So if you are right now in the tailspin of them blocking you and or leaving with no closure, and maybe they've done this more than once, this person is hanging around. So you might know this already. They are hanging around. Mercury retrograde, please, for the Leos. The Knight of Swords. Yes, they are stalking you. And they could be a Taurus. They could be somebody you were married to, you were going to marry. They're very spiritual, maybe. Two of you could prescribe to being twins, even. Can I find out more about this Hierophant, please? So you did have a victory with this person, and they are ghosting you at this time, or they are usually ghosting. So this is somebody who takes to, I'm back, I'm over it, we're back on, or the block on the messaging is lifted. Now you can talk to them, and maybe you're getting tired of this. Maybe you're getting dizzy. For the Mercury retrograde, for Leo, please, can I find out more? So you might not be recognizing that they're lurking around, because we have the Four of Cups. So if you have Gemini in your chart at all, you could be lingering into old habits as well. Maybe you're indulging. Can I find out more about this Four of Cups, please? Yeah, I have Cancer energy here as well. You could be sitting, like, say, somewhere with a drink in hand, and you're drinking fast and driving your car fast. Be careful if you're drinking and driving. I have Chariot energy. Something's coming in fast. It's happening unbeknownst to you. This person coming at you. If they're a Cancer, they're coming at you fast. They could be any sign. I think they're coming at you fast. You have your blinders on. You don't know they're coming. So you want some kind of victory where this person's concerned, I think. What is the Six of Wands, please, for the Leo? So there is in the beginning, you want someone to come and put a ring on it, maybe offer, say, a new beginning with you, and or this person I think you're waiting on and they've ghosted you. You want them to come at you and get things going, progress, and things aren't happening because they might have put you in ghost mode, or they're ghosting on their mode, or whatever, right? Can I find out more for Leo? This person who, it could be an Aries. Okay, it could be an Aries. Yeah, you're blocking them. So if you're considering unblocking them, this person is sticking around and stalking you. Can I find out more? They could have a new car. Yeah, this person is not going to give up. Okay, so if you're not wanting this person, because Mercury retrograde does bring back bad pennies, people we don't want back, right? It is time to cord cut, to clear that energy. Can I find out more about what things that Leo has right now with Mercury retrograde going on? Yeah, and this could be a Gemini. Okay, it could be. This person had you up in your head quite a bit. So you are right now thinking about them quite a bit, possibly. Some of you are blocking yourself so much with blinders on. And others, maybe you are doing that because you were in your head about them so much and you can't take it anymore. Ace of Swords, you cut it off. You had a clean cut. You had clarity. So with this Mercury retrograde, what do we have for the Leos? Yeah, you're single. So the single Leos, yes, your new abundance, it's coming. I think that right now, Mercury retrograde could be stalling it out. And I think it's the energy in which is hanging on to you. So the person who's lurking, it is time to call judgment. So you need to do return to sender work. If they're doing like energy on you, if you know they are, okay, Two of Wands. So that you can move forward. The doors are going to be locked until you can get them released from your energy. So it looks like you have an offer coming your way, but Mercury retrograde is resisting bringing it into you. The star showing up, Aquarius energy, that is your shadow. And the Wheel of Fortune, I think this is saying that all systems are go and things are going to be coming to you in free fall, like totally available to you, like an open, a well. So I'm getting that you have the Wheel of Fortune, your wishes are going to come true, the Hermit. Yeah, the Three of Coins. What else did I see? I saw the Six of Coins. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that if you're waiting for people to collaborate, to work with you, to buy your product, to share with you, to hire you, this is coming for you. But you have to get through this Mercury retrograde by cleansing your energy of this person who won't let you go. So some of you are in a relationship that you know full well is holding you back. Some of you are fully aware that there may be somebody watching you and others are not paying attention, but maybe they are stopping you. So just take a full look around you and see it for what it is. If you're ignoring it, it could be getting in the way with your Mercury retrograde here energy. So it could be taking a while. Yeah, it is kind of a shadow thing here that you're kind of holding yourself back from seeing, because I saw the moon and I saw the Two of Swords. So in a way, it's kind of like I'm not seeing it. I'm not experiencing it. It's not there, but they are. So Leo, you need to sort of like look at it and observe it and try to move through it. Because if you can cleanse your energy of this person, they won't be attached to you energetically, and you can move forward after this Mercury retrograde is over with. So we have a yes and we have floating. This is your confirmation to you if you let go of this person and or you tidy things up, right, where they're concerned. Floating on cloud 9. Feels like a dream and head over heels in love. So if you're looking for someone to love and or maybe a love situation that isn't going right now, It is the past trying to hold you back. So you're deadheading the garden, so to speak, cleansing the energy, returning to sender anything you need to, will then bring everything else for you. That is what I have for the Leos. Virgo, Mercury retrograde for the Virgos, please. What is holding them back? What is in the way right now is, okay, whatever this is, it's could be a Leo, a Capricorn, or a Cancer. Virgo, your destiny is at play. So right now, Mercury retrograde could be stymieing you from your path, what it is you're meant to do. So if you're finding resistance, it could be in career, it could be in motherhood and home, it could be creativity, could be in children, could be obsession is in the way by yourself or someone else. Someone's obsessed with you, or you have obsession, addiction. Somebody does. You could be stubborn. Can I find out what's going on? What is it that, and it could be, stubborn could be a good thing, right? It could be you're stubborn, like you have tenacity. You're like, I'm not giving up. I'm the goat and I'm getting to the top, damn it. That could be who you are right now. That's how you're walking through this situation. For Mercury retrograde for the Virgos, please. What house might they be dealing with? Okay, so this is balance, Libra. So it could be a Libra person. It could be your other. It could be a divine counterpart balancing out. Sometimes the enemy, the known enemy, can be the 7th house too. Somebody could be causing you trouble, Virgo. Who is your known enemy? Yes, Empress showing up here. And the devil. So we have obsession, we have addiction, we have an enemy, and you're seeing this in the spotlight. So if I'm calling them out, these are the energies that we have. What is the sun, please? Yes, this is saying that you need to end this. Whatever this is, the Mercury retrograde is saying that Virgo has something they need to end. It could be a Scorpio, but the death and the spotlight here with the sun, Leo energy, Scorpio energy, fixed energy. This is somebody's fixated on having a battle with you, and or they're obsessed with, I feel like they want to destroy you. Virgo, you could have someone who wants to destroy you, because the way that this rage on the Scorpio energy is showing up and the spotlight is telling me this. So they secretly are using this energy maybe to undermine your destiny, perhaps. Let's find out. Not all Virgos are going to be the same situation. If you know, you know. This is somebody that would be what you once thought of as a worthy lover, opponent. Like maybe they are somebody you did things, you know, against. You were competitive with, you know, you did the same, you were in the same field. Or it was a lover that turned into an angry ex-lover. There's something like this. Can I find out more about this death energy for the Virgos for Mercury retrograde? Yeah, this could be somebody you divorced. Could be somebody that's a Taurus and or Scorpio. And so in this Mercury retrograde, they want you to be battle worn. The 9 of Wands, they want you battle worn. This person is sending bad energy your way when it comes to contracts, perhaps. When it comes to solvency, you know, sovereignty, solvency. Having car, you know, having things. Be careful. If you're driving fast, be careful. Because you might be obtuse to the fact this person is sending you bad energy with this Mercury retrograde, Virgo. Yeah, strength. Know your own strength, okay. Maintain your confidence. So this is somebody, I think, that's in your work sector and or romance, and you walked away from them. So you once were friends, you compared ideas, shared ideas. This is somebody who you thought you were compatible with. It become a burden. I'm seeing that they're keeping an eye on you. They're spying on you. They could be doing juju on you. 8 of Coins. You passed the torch to someone else and left, but this could be a twin flame. Maybe it was a false twin flame. Can you tell me more about the 4 of Wands? Virgo, it's an earth sign, so it may be a Taurus. There could have been divorce or legal matters in this situation. So what is happening is this person's holding on to you, and they want you to get tied up in, say, the minutia of what Mercury retrograde will do when it comes to legal binding contracts and or accidents. Okay, so be careful. Mercury retrograde, kind of like Mars retrograde, it can sometimes lead to accidents. So I saw the red car, and I'm just thinking fast, dangerous. With we had Four of Cups, it's like you not being aware, say, of your movement, your strategy when it comes to parking or driving, or just getting along, getting on path, right? This person's trying to get in the way of your destiny. So they think that if they can cause, yeah, Four of Coins is showing up again. You're holding on tightly to your plans, to your strategy, and this person wants to throw a Virgo, I think this person wants to throw some kind of a monkey wrench into your strategy, getting on your destiny, your path. So whatever it is, it could be in the realm of spirituality as well. Can I find out more for Virgo? Ace of Wands, Six of Wands. Yeah, this person could be in also trying to stymie your situation in retrograde, for Mercury retrograde, for the potential that you could come together and be intimate, say, with your twin and or have a child. So having intimacy to make a child and or have a child. So whether you want the child or whether you just want to be one-on-one with your sweet someone, right? A perfect someone, right? The person you think of, right, as your person, divine counterpart, if you prescribe to that. This person would like to see that stymied. That could be part of, yeah, it's taken time. They're trying to stop this. So I don't know. I'm not seeing Magician show up. What are the methods that they're doing? I think they're just using the Mercury retrograde energy. The Knight of Wands and the Three of Swords. They're hoping you'll be hurt. So this is somebody who's wanting you caught up and being hurt. The Pisces energy, Hangman showing up too. So Virgo, somebody from the past, be it a career person that you were connected with some way, or a lover, okay, person you were in love with. Maybe you had to let go of a karmic person, so that you could move on with your divine counterpart. I see the Knight of Swords. They could be showing up in your dreams right now with Mercury retrograde. Two of Pentacles. For a little while, you may have been playing both. Okay, so the Two of Coins, but you were working on things. And the Eight of Wands now, yeah, the Magician is showing up. They're putting work on you. So that's what I'm seeing for the Virgo. So this Mercury retrograde, they're utilizing. If you have a person in your past, this is not going to resonate with everyone. If you have a person in your past, they are putting work on you. So what is the advice we have for the Virgos here for Mercury retrograde? Okay, old school. Conservative, traditional values, and does not like change. So this could be you, and it could be someone. So maybe what I'm seeing here is the Leo on the dice. You have some fixed energy in you. Maybe you're supposed to be reverting to your fixed version. Don't be so easy to please or mutable. So be a little more restrictive with your energy. Because a fixed sign is going to be stubborn. So maybe this is saying to be stubborn, stay on path, do not waver. Don't try to bend to please others. Even if it's your person you love, make sure they understand your values. That is what I'm seeing for the Virgo. And for the Libra, what do we have for the Mercury retrograde for the Libra, please? Libra, you do have some stubborn energy here. Okay, so you have the axis of both Leo and Aquarius. They could be in your chart. You have 6 Virgo. That could be, for you, a cusp energy. This is work, okay? It's networking. The light is on you. Could be about children and creations. And you have Saturn. You could be dealing with this Mercury retrograde, a karmic contract. You don't have to be. Could be that you have something you're bound to. What else do we have for Libra? Castle. Prince Charming, strong foundation, sovereignty, and wealth. There's a yes for you there. For Libra, what do we have? So we have a no here with a clash. Mismatch, not a good fit, and irreconcilable differences. So those are conflicting. You could be two different Libras. You could be dealing with two different people. What is the house that we need to look to for the Libras? For Mercury retrograde. Okay, so right now, you could be having problems with, say, your ascendant. So that would be, so maybe you're running into issues losing or gaining weight, whatever it is that you want to do. Maybe having the right money to change up your looks and or keep your looks going the way you like. So maybe it costs a little bit to do some kind of upgrade, update. And maybe right now it could be that you're finding some kind of resistance when it comes to, say, having the look that you're wanting or maintaining it. 4 of Wands. There is a twin situation if you prescribe to it. Divine counterpart, it could be your house, your home. 8 of Swords, you're in your head. So this is what is not right now going right, okay? So if you have a twin situation, it isn't going right. What do we have for that? Yeah, so you're coming out of some kind of heartache when it comes to a twin or a home. So every Libra is going to be different. So if it fits, it does, and leave for who it is that it belongs to if it's not yours. So you might have had a twin who went back to a karmic, and or flip it if you need to. And with this Mercury retrograde, it feels like they left you to hang out to dry. The Hangman here. So you're left to think, gee, what did I do? What could I have done different? What did I do wrong? What else do we have? We have a lot of water energy, and we have 3 of Cups. So what is the 3 of Cups for Mercury retrograde? It's taking a while for things to come together, for there to be anything to celebrate, talk about, share. It's taking time. You're still opening the book. You're still trying to heal something. So in this Mercury retrograde, you could be with your person. But I see a karmic on the outside who might be in the picture still. Can I find out more about that, please? Yeah, 5 of Wands, drama. Drama coming into the union, to the home, based on something that was left behind. Page of Wands, immature energy maybe. You're intuitive about it, you know. Okay. Can I get more on the Saturn we have here, please? For Libra. Page of Swords, yeah, they're spying on you at your home. So there is somebody, I think, connected to your person, not you, who is keeping an eye on the two of you. They could be a Pisces. Okay, this person's watching you guys grow. So in the Mercury retrograde energy here, I think that they're trying to, yeah, I have the Magician too. They're trying to stymie the growth. They could be getting work. With the Ace of Coins and Magician here, they could be getting work. Libra, you could be a cusp Virgo as well. So you'll need to listen to that. So if you and your person are trying to put together your resources and create a family and or have a home together, and maybe your person is your divine counterpart, this person who is there, karmic, is trying to devote their time and their resources to, they're using Mercury retrograde in advantage to ruin things when it comes to growth in this connection, to put bad judgment on this relationship. So there could be a tower they're trying to bring for the two of you. That is what I see for the Mercury retrograde. What is the Tower? And Justice. They feel they're being fair. That is your energy. And they want a chance with that person that you have for yourself. They want a chance with that person again, because the world is what they're hoping for. Ace of Swords, they're hoping that you will be cut free. So it doesn't have to be for everyone, but let's see, what does Libra have to look forward to after Mercury retrograde? So I'm not seeing, okay, so your groups, You could be having problems in your social network. There could be gossip going around this. People, if they know, okay, so in this Mercury retrograde, if they know about the history of this union that you've gotten into and the karmic connected. Okay, Libra, that's what I'm seeing. Can I find out what the outcome is for Libra, please? The Star, you will heal this. 6 of Wands, there will be a victory in your relationship. 6 of Coins, you will be giving to each other. So I don't see any kind of a, I don't see that this is going to be a success. This person's karmic, and I think judgment's going to be put on them. Can I find out the outcome, please, for the person who is trying to meddle? That is the karmic. So they're moving too quickly. I think what they're going to do is they're going to benefit you. They're going to benefit this connection. It's going to solidify the bond. So there could be some kind of like situation where you're kind of like lying in wait. You know, how is this going to shake out? What's going to happen? Mercury retrograde is going to make you feel like things are stopped or stalling, or your uncertainty is peaking because this person is trying to apply deceit, and they're wearing a mask. They're showing up maybe as a friend. They could be in your friend group. So we have, I mean, they could be showing up like a catfish in your friend group. We have you walking a tightrope. So I see that the Mercury retrograde is going to be a little bit difficult to get through when it comes to this situation, your home life, your person, but judgment's coming for them. So if you just keep walking your path, I think things are going to go in your favor. 6 of Swords. The two of you may decide that you're going to move away from this person. And I don't know the situation, but I think there's going to be a fork in the road after Mercury goes direct. There will be a glorious win in the situation, Libra. So if this is yours, then that is what I'm seeing. Scorpio, Mercury retrograde. What do we have for Scorpio for the Mercury retrograde? What is it that is issue? Okay. You have Gemini. You have 11. Could be a twin. It could be Aquarius. Could be networking. Could be a tower. There's a tower you're waiting to have fall. Leo, the spotlight. What is the actual? So the 11th house is Aquarius. That could be your 11th house, Scorpio. That is at play. But we have your house too. So 8th and 11th house for Scorpio. What is the Mercury retrograde situation going for? What is affecting the Scorpio at this time? Something about the birth and renewal. Something new. Something about a holiday, a vacation, Scorpio. So maybe there's a snag in getting off and going on some kind of trip, and or some kind of details you need to pay attention to when it comes to a birth and a renewal. Can I find out more? For Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. And you took a choice to move away from someone. Someone who was enticing, possibly King of Wands. They're watching you. The 2 of Coins, the Knight of Swords. They're watching you. They could be military. They don't have to be. They're keeping an eye on you. They're watching maybe what it is you're moving towards. Looks like you chose yourself. You could have chose a Sagittarius and or your fortune, Wheel of Fortune. What is the Wheel of Fortune for Scorpio? I almost said Sag. You could be a cusp. So you're healing at this point from this person. So I think you were involved maybe with an error or a fire sign. Can I find out more about this person? They could have been the Leo. You're showing up with the Death here. They could have been a Taurus or another Scorpio as well. So what is it that is keeping Scorpio caught up in this Mercury retrograde? has to do with your work life, somebody that you communicate with and you shared ideas with, or they were actually a lover. You could have met them at work. You didn't have to, but Gemini showing up here too, as well on the dice. So we have a lot of Gemini showing up for you. You did make a choice. This person who you didn't choose is keeping an eye on you. I think that Mercury retrograde is saying that you need to get out of, say, hermit mode if you've been hermiting, and that it is time to get back on path. So Mercury retrograde is saying that you could be caught up in the maelstrom of whatever this person, this connection. So I don't think that they're doing anything on you, although they're obsessed with you and they were deceptive. They're keeping an eye on you. They could very well be catfishing you and or cloaking themselves in some way. What is the Seven of Swords? The Knight of Wands, the person you're trying to avoid. So they are, if you feel it, if your spidey senses are telling you, you're right. They're wanting to see what you're going to grow. So they could be pocket watching you, watching your business, because you did decide to take up a journey for yourself. And maybe you are looking for a twin. What is this Empress energy? The Knight of Swords. You could have a Pisces, a Leo, somebody who is keeping an eye on you from the past, that is stuck on you. Four of Cups. And when they have a drink or something, they go into the dream world and they meet you there. And they're inebriated. They're not fully cognizant of the dream because they're going in it foolishly, right? With the Fool. So I'm getting Two of Cups energy. You either left behind a soulmate or you're headed to a new one. Your success is looking forward, going forward, moving away from this person. This person may be a Gemini or a Leo. You have that in your chart. You're after something that's new. Okay, you're on your way to something new. The world, it's what you're after. So there's some kind of self-doubt that could be holding you back, and I think it's this person. Maybe they're entering your dream world, and Mercury retrograde is allowing it. Can I find out more for Scorpio, please? Two of Coins, yeah. So we're back to the Two of Coins and the Magician. This person might be casting some kind of a spell on your journey forward. Can I find out more about this Magician, please, for the Scorpio? Yeah, the Four of Swords. What is the Four of Swords? Is this a recommendation? Yeah. The suggestion Spirit is giving is that you need to implement time to rest and recover during Mercury retrograde. That things aren't going to flow because, yes, this person could very well be putting energy into you and trying to meet you on the 5D. And you might not be aware of it, but they're telling you, Spirit is saying that you need to work on you. You need to pour into you and don't worry about them. Can I find out more advice for Scorpio? Yeah, this person wants to bring conflict in your world. So it could be that you want to birth a new idea. You want to find your, Two of Cups, your person who matches you energetically. This person doesn't. They're holding on to you. There was a hard misfortune. They're locked out of your world now. They're very obsessed with you, Scorpio. And I think what's happened is you're in a position where you're no longer blocked with a fork in the road. And you know your direction, you know your passion, you know your desire, what you're looking for. And the Ace of Swords, you had clear insight as to the direction you needed to take. And this person is not coming for the ride. And they have a problem with that. Yes, the Knight of Swords, they are keeping an eye. So what I'm getting is Six of Cups and Judgment. I'm getting that if they are playing with energy, work on you, they're keeping an eye on you. They're visiting you in your dream world. They're using the Mercury retrograde energy to ride through that, to get what they can, to peer through the curtain, to see. So if you've been hermiting hermiting. Am I saying this right? You've been inside. It is time to go outside and put some sun on your face and heal. Just work on you, pour into you, and keep going, because there's going to be judgment that's going to be put upon this person for putting work on you and for not letting go. Three of Coins, because you do have a new contract coming forth after the Mercury retrograde leaves, and it's going to have to do with growth. It's going to have to do with maybe becoming a mother and or pursuing, allowing a person to come towards you and or to grow something beyond where it is now, if it's a twin situation. So it could be your business and it could be a twin situation. So what it is for everybody is going to be different, but you're showing up with the Death card here. So yes, just let things end. And the Four of Wands, yeah. So let things end. That this person is, they're on borrowed time. Judgment's coming for them. So just keep on going the route you're taking. I think you're going the right way. But the tower must fall. And I think that they're the tower. So you might get some kind of a last message or a bad dream or something is going to show you that this is finished, that this person has gotten their judgment, and that is going to be a tower that's going to be recognized by you. You're going to see it either in a dream or you're going to find out some way through a friend group or something. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay, so we have Sagittarius next. What do we have for Sagittarius for Mercury retrograde? What is the issue that Sagittarius might have with this Mercury retrograde? Aquarius was spending a long time there. We have a moon as well. So you could be missing sleep due to an Aquarius. You could have Aquarius in your chart. We have Leo. There's a lot of fixed energy here. We have the 9th house, the 1st house, the 8th house, because we have 18 on the dice. It could be something 18 years ago, 18 months ago, 18 weeks, 18 days, the 18th of any day of the month. What are the oracles, please, for the Sagittarius people? You have admiration. No. Can do no wrong. Put on a pedestal. Inferior, superior relationship. So no. So if somebody is admiring you and they're not good for you, it's supposed to be a hard no. And you could be in a connection. Somebody is trying to turn your head or entice you, and you might be candy to this person, but you are just like, no, I'm already spoken for. Then we have a yes for self-care. Let your beauty shine, and they think you're beautiful. So your person thinks you're beautiful, and you need to just keep on pouring into you. So if you can't be with your person, or there's something keeping you and your person from being together, Sag, keep pouring into you. Your person loves you. Okay, I just now screwed the dice up. So I hope you remember, I don't know, that was weird. I picked them up and I put them back down. So I don't know if I was supposed to do that. Okay, so that was weird. I don't usually do that. Sag, you could have a Scorpio or a Gemini sun that is lurking around admiring you. You don't have to. 18 to 20, now we have 20. So anything that's going to happen maybe between the 18th and 20th during this retrograde Mercury. What else do we have for the Sagittarius with the Mercury in retrograde now? What is stalling out? What is having issue at this time? Mercury retrograde, what kinds of issue is the Sag having? Three of Cups, coming together to celebrate, coming to talk, meeting on the same page. You're not getting things off the ground. You're not finding solutions at this time when it comes to celebrating, making a connection, having something to talk about. There could be some healing that you are required to keep going at. Three of Swords here. Could be that you're working on healing, and it could be some things are getting in the way. Yeah, the haunting loss. There's a ghost. Okay, they don't have to be truly DEAD. They could be. Okay, somebody that you know that is no longer part of your life. Mercury retrograde does often bring old lovers into our energy. This could be somebody who is kind of hanging around the world. They're watching you online, perhaps, and this is causing you a potential stymie in the healing that you've been working on. Three of Swords and the World. So they keep an eye on you. They could be a water sign. They don't have to be. So they might present themselves Sagittarius is someone who wants to have some kind of a peaceful diplomacy, saying to you, you know, listen, we can work this out. We can make amends. So this could be somebody from your past who wants to make amends. Does not have to be romantic, but I am kind of feeling romantic. Somebody you got dressed up with, somebody you had drinks with, somebody you were very comfortable around. So they could be wanting to flirt with the idea of getting you to go out for drinks, maybe have a drink, lose your inhibition, you know, be reckless abandon. Maybe they're hoping for something like this, only you know. So if you're being admired by someone, they could be hoping they could get you tipsy or something, open the door. So this retrograde for Sagittarius, for Mercury, has somebody who is locked out. You have blocked them. They could as well not be alive at this time, but you could have thought, you know, listen, I'm gonna look at them like they're not living. Okay, so maybe Sagittarius, you kind of did this. You wrote the story, and no longer do you think of them as another viable potential to be in your life. Okay, and they are trying to find their way through. They're trying to find a loophole with Mercury retrograde through. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, you're showing up here, and it could be for your benefits of, say, the sweet rewards. Yeah, they're getting readings. So this person may be getting readings for when you're going to receive abundance, and or maybe say yes, I do, and or the Nine of Pentacles. They want a ruthless win when it comes to you being single and or not moving forth and taking someone else's Ace of Cups. Sagittarius, this is somebody who they want to be the victor at any cost. And Four of Coins, they see you holding on to someone you're in love with. This person wants to get in the way of that. Can I find out more? The Hangman. They want rewarded for some kind of sacrifice that they made. So I'm seeing that you have potentially a trine with this person in Sinistry. If you know your charts, you could look into that. They could have Pisces in their chart as well. You could have gone to school with them. You're from a community you shared. But this person and you had once talked about getting married. The Hierophant, Taurus, and Scorpio showing up here too. You had a tower with this person. So you'll know who this is if you had a tower with them, if you were going to marry them or you were married to them. So they see you moving forward. They see that you're holding on tightly. So we're going to go back to the admiration. They might want what kind of benefits that come with you, say financial rewards. What you look attractive on their arm. The Queen of Wands, you're very attractive. So that and the idea of the wheel coming with you. You have them caught up in their head though. So they may be somebody you're receptive to energetically. Mercury retrograde, you're feeling them tugging on you. So they could be a Gemini. They don't have to be. It could be your shadow side that is talking here. So there's a wish fulfillment that was involved here for one or both of you. What is the Nine of Cups? The Sun. Okay, so tell me more about the Sun for this Mercury retrograde. Okay, so there's going to be some betrayal. The wish fulfillment showing up, the betrayal. Let me see if I can pull this together. Okay, so you once prescribed, there was a tower. This person's coming back. They're a bad penny. They're coming back. So whether they make contact with you or they're just energetically recognized through dreams and or showing up by catfishing your accounts, or, you know, they're showing up, they're in some way, right? There's going to be a spotlight on the evidence that they were not your wish fulfillment, that if they told you you were theirs, they lied. The situation was very deceitful, 10 of Swords. So there may be a spotlight on beyond what you know. So you already knew, say, some things. There's more coming out. Can I find out more? So this is, yeah, you're going to have a victory. I think this is something, Sagittarius, you already knew. This is something that they lied to you about. they tried to gaslight and say you're imagining it. It's not true. You know, your mind's playing tricks on you. Yeah, Sagittarius, I think that you're going to see you're going to have earned rest out of the situation. Your divine counterpart is coming your way after this is over with. So it could be that this is keeping you from your person because you're working through karmic issues with this person from the past, this person coming through. So if you have a divine counterpart, they are kind of creating a juxtaposition to create some kind of wrinkle in the fabric you're building with your person, because you need to work on this karmic situation and or close the doors finally all the way. There's still residual shaking out where the spotlight is going to show you you were lied to. The torch is being passed. I think that your ancestors are at play here. If you have a Leo who is a crossed over loved one, they could be playing a role here. Sagittarius, you're coming out with temperance here. Yes, you're supposed to be patient. Things are going to balance out. So what you need to do is just resist the urge to need to have any further battle communication with this person. That is what I'm getting. You're going to go it alone. We had the Two of Coins show up, a fork in the road. You know, you going your direction. You know your direction. You know your way. So what I'm getting here is that you need to patiently sit this out and let them find the tower that they're waiting for, they're creating for themselves. That's what I'm getting. This Mercury retrograde, if you do not connect, you do not participate, entertain, right? This person, and they're wanting to re-ensnare you or bamboozle you, because I'm getting, hey, listen, babe, I'm your wish fulfillment, or you're my wish fulfillment. Someone really trying to talk the talk, and you're going to see it further. Yeah, the Magician. They could be doing magic on you too. Okay, so they could be trying to sway your heart to go in their direction and away from. They might try to put doubt in your situation with the person who you have identified as your person. So they have the Magician showing up here. This Mercury retrograde, I think that you have somebody who is trying to use this energy in their favor to get their way, so that you will derail and or have doubt in the situation that you are already invested. So just keep on being patient and going the path you have already started. You're on the right path. Stick with it. Now, because I messed up the dice, I'm going to roll one more time for Sag. Okay, yes, you have Cancer and you have Capricorn. You have both Aries and Mars showing up. Divine counterpart energy. We had an Empress showing up too. Motherhood, home, passion, desire, drive. The goat. If this doesn't fit you, Sagittarius, because you're not in a relationship, you don't have a divine counterpart, this is your career. The person would like to get in the way of your career. Yeah, Knight of Wands. This is somebody who could be, say, a younger lover. The Knight of Wands is not younger for everyone, but if you're, say, over 30, I would say this is a younger lover. If you're under 30, it could be someone around your age even. But there's somebody who, in the past, their pursuits would intrigue you, entice you. But you're not having it now. So you're asked to pour into yourself, to let it go, walk away from it, and it isn't going to consume you anymore. This person's going to find their own tower. So if they keep on playing in your energy, they will, Sagittarius, find their own tower. So that is what I'm seeing for the Sag. What am I seeing for the Capricorns? Well, one dice made an escape. Let's see. And it was a Leo. I picked it up and it was a Leo. So we're going to roll the dice. And so that means there's a Leo who might have walked away from you, ghosted you. Capricorn, maybe. Could be a child. Maybe somebody was childish. Could be that you have a child and you have Cancer in your chart and you're a mother to a Leo, maybe. Fixed energy. We have Capricorn. We have Mercury, which Mercury retrograde is what we're talking about, Cancer and Taurus, what you value. So the 4th house is the home house, the Cancer house, mother house, roots, ancestors. Please tell me, what for Mercury retrograde does Capricorn have going on? Okay, Capricorn, you could be losing sleep. And it's regarding a connection with someone that you are collaborating. It's the 3 of Coins, the 9 of Swords, Judgment. You're putting judgment in some kind of connection. I think that you're a bit confused about this connection. This Mercury retrograde has you more confused with the 7 of Cups. What can we find out about the 7 of Cups, please? And so we have 7s here, Libra, balance, 7 of Coins. You're confused about the growth of this connection, where you are, what position it's in, if it's gone far enough, say, to, put forth some more planning. So you're concerned about a connection you have, Capricorn, and you're wondering if it's ready for the next step. And there's been a lot of burden in this connection. The 10 of Wands. 9 of Swords, 10 of Wands. I think that the burden is showing up in your rest. Mercury retrograde, yeah. You have history, 6 of Cups here. Some kind of history situations coming up, and maybe in your dream life, dream world. So I think that what you're going through right now is possibly doubts about moving forward with somebody. Could be at a long distance. They could be asking you to move away from your desired or known land. You could be thinking of this. Yes, to a new home. Away from your home, away from your homeland. Mercury retrograde, it could be that you're military. Somebody you're involved with is military. Could be your child is military. I am seeing 69, which is Cancer energy as well. Something you walked away from, or you're walking away from something. Can I get a fresh look? I'm going to get a different look at this. Could be that you're having to walk away from resisting the fight you have, maybe, yeah, you're needing to be strong, and getting a parent who's holding on to their children, their child who may be military, and Mercury retrograde has them coming back. You're concerned about your child. So this isn't everybody. This could be a Capricorn who's losing sleep over a loved one who is now maybe in the military, stationed away. That their wish fulfillment was to serve in the military for work, and that right now they are hanging and waiting as to coming back. Maybe you're waiting. Mercury retrograde has to do with you're waiting to see what the some of you, this is going to be a relationship. Others, it's going to be work, and others, it's your wish fulfillment related to maybe a child or a family member who is abroad. Okay, someone younger than you. I don't think that we're getting the same energy for all Capricorns. So I could have several of you listening. I do see a burden here in this deck too. Confusion. Okay, so there is a confusion and burden when it comes to celebrating. It could be a homecoming, could be coming together for a new home, moving far away with someone, collaborating. So this Mercury retrograde has to do for the Capricorns potentially with the clarity in, say, a connection, and or when do we celebrate? What are we celebrating? When is this going? There's a lot of drama here. How do we know what position we're in? So Capricorn, you are trying to manifest the right outcome. You're showing up with the devil. Okay, so I don't like to say this, but this is going to be rare. Okay, I'm going to ask about it though. This is going to be rare. We got the Magician and the Devil. Okay, somebody could quite literally be doing magic on you. So if not, do not take what is not yours, okay? But there's drama. So if there is some confusion centered around a relationship that you're working through, you're working on, you're trying to grow, somebody could be trying to cast some kind of magic. So if this applies to you, it does, and only you'll know. For the Magician, what do we have? Queen of Swords. It could be an air sign. What do we have for the Devil? Okay, so an air sign could be trying to keep you. So let's say that you're a Capricorn who is married to an Aquarius in the past, okay? This is your ex, a Libra and or a Gemini. They could be hoping that you're iced out of a relationship, and they could be doing some kind of juju on you. This is what I'm seeing. They could be trying to cause drama, chaos. They want a Three of Swords on you. So that is for who it's for. So the Mercury retrograde, again, somebody maybe from your past, could be a witchy person. You would know they're witchy, okay? You might have shared a home with them or married to them at some point. They were a Gemini, possibly, okay? This person knows that you chose someone else. Yes, they felt the tower you brought them. They've been in their head. Eight of Swords. The Justice card, yeah, Libra. Three of Wands. They're watching you build a life with someone else. New opportunity. Ace of Pentacles, yeah, the Seven of Pentacles. You're inspired and you're stuck on moving on some kind of new situation. And this person from the past with Mercury retrograde is trying to hold you back. They would like you hurt. They would like you to be alone. Yes, they're deceitful. So they might have had, for some of you, if you're someone that identifies with the Magic card, they might have an item of yours, and they are using that item. So do some return to sender rituals. You did perhaps have a marriage with this person. So this is past love situation, spilled milk situation. You did do some kind of a nuptials with. So if there's no magic involved, there is somebody who is lurking in your energy. They're getting readings on you. You've had strength where they're concerned. So maybe Capricorn, you've been aware. You've been aware they've been watching you. You felt the tower. So there's like a dark shadow you feel with this person. But Capricorn, I need to let you know that what's coming around the corner is the Empress. So you do have a bright, creative future. Three of Wands. After the Mercury retrograde is over, the full energy, and the Six of Swords. There's no way this person's getting in the way. Tower's coming for them for playing in your energy. Just reinforce that it doesn't hit you. Four of Wands. Because your home life is going to see an end to this energy after Mercury retrograde's over. The Death card here. So Capricorn, if this does resonate at all, the person of your past, whether they use magic or not, will cease to bother you after the Mercury retrograde has passed. We've got the Three of Cups. Celebration is coming. So I would say Leo season. I'll do one more throw for you on the dice. We'll get some more timing kind of energies this way for Capricorn. We have Virgo, Neptune, Taurus, and 18. Yes. Yeah, okay, so Earth energy is prevalent here. So you are substantiated by all Earth signs, your own plus the two sister signs of Virgo and Taurus. So those might be very beneficial times for you in this connection. Aquarius. What do we have for Aquarius and Mercury retrograde? What is happening for the Mercury retrograde to the Aquarius now? This has to do with your work situation, your North Node, maybe career, short distance travels, communication, a Gemini maybe. Okay, let's get the oracle for you, Aquarius. What do we have for Aquarius and this Mercury retrograde? Okay, so we have approve, proceed without a doubt, things will go well. Okay, so you want things to go well, and maybe they aren't. Maybe there's snags with the heart of the matter. And we have somebody that we have Casanova energy. So I'm kind of wondering, for some Aquariuses, this could be the past coming back, and or an energy that is similar, echoes of the past. So Casanova is like Knight of Wands. So if you're a single Sagittarius, this may apply to you. So you're attracting maybe the wrong kind of people at this time. If you are not a single person, it could be the past that is trying to come back in that energy, as to, I don't have a cup of love, but I sure would like to get in bed with you, that kind of thing, right? So can I find out more as far as this Mercury retrograde? Because your destiny is at play here, and you're working on it. The Wheel of Fortune, yeah, there's a Sagittarius at play for you as well, and or a new beginning. You could have a financial benefit, windfall, or something coming your way. Can I find out more with this Wheel of Fortune for the Aquarius people? Yeah, celebration when it comes to a Wheel of Fortune. So you could be getting an inheritance, some long-awaited money. Can I find out more? Okay, so you may very well be waiting on this, and it is what is being held back. You're not yet celebrating it. So the Mercury retrograde is saying that the door is open, ready for you to get it, take it, it's yours, but something could be getting in the way. Something could be getting in the way. I'm hearing that if you give yourself proper self-love, pour into yourself, that maybe things will start happening sooner. The Nine of Coins is single energy. So you may be single still, and you're holding on to, say, the promise of the Wheel of Fortune, of everything happening, the go time. What is this Nine of Coins for Aquarius? The Tower. So the Tower with a Nine of Coins is a shakeup, a change, changing from the 9 to the 10. So yes, for that twin moment, for if you prescribe to a twin, for that match made in heaven kind of thing here, where the two of you will come together, and no longer can you be said to be a single person. So Mercury in retrograde for the Aquarius seems to be that there is a point right now you're at the precipice of, you want to celebrate, but the Three of Cups is out of reach at the moment. For Aquarius, what do we have for Three of Cups for this Mercury retrograde? Yes, the Two of Wands. The doors look like they're shut, but they are clearly in front of you. The Wheel of Fortune is open. So in other words, there are things that maybe right now not falling into your hands as easily as you want them to be. It could be that all the things that you don't want are coming for you, as in the Casanova energy. These things that are not right, these things that are not for you, are coming towards you so easily. And it could be tests. Yes, because your destiny is at play here. So it could be the players are Virgo, a Mercurial energy, most certainly. You have Gemini and Virgo here on the table. And I did see Capricorn, maybe the shadow of Cancer. What else is in the way for the Aquarius with this Mercury retrograde? Judgment. Judgment. I think that you're supposed to sit through this, because Judgment's coming through, Four of Swords. Yeah, you're supposed to be doing some kind of a reinvention of yourself and wait for things to shake out, because Judgment is coming. So these doors, you need to know which doors are for you, better understand and discern what is not for you. So there could be opportunities that have been presenting themselves and you know they're not right. And so having that good judgment, yes. Aquarius, you could be waiting for your home to come for you, you know, like say the papers, documents, the finances, things to fall into your lap. Four of Wands could be your twin. Okay, so if you prescribe to that, divine counterpart, for that to happen, a homecoming, a fully healing, restoring, say, your finances so that something could happen. The World, You're watching online for something. So this is not happening immediately because you need to understand what's not for you, because I think offers are going to come in. There's going to be plenty of offers that are showing up. And you need to discern that they are there to show that you have good judgment, that you are discerning. The world is in your hands. And after the Mercury retrograde lifts, I think that you're going to see the Wheel of Fortune happen for you, a celebration coming through. And you may not be single very long if you're single now. What else do I have on that for the Knight of Coins? The Five of Cups. Yes, there's a haunting loss. Is this Aquarius or is this someone else, please? The haunting loss, Five of Cups. The Star. Somebody is hoping for you. Okay, so you have a ghost possibly who is hoping for you. They could be a Virgo. They don't have to be. They could be a Leo. So this could be somebody with this Mercury retrograde that has been keeping an eye on you. They're watching you work. Eight of Wands. This is somebody who owns their own business. They could have their own authority, like strong leader position. They could be a dad. Okay, they could be a grandfather, something like this. This is somebody who's keeping an eye on you. They once saw you as a hope, a wish, and Mercury retrograde has brought them back, and they may not be talking to you. Six of Cups, but you have history with them. So this is somebody haunting you. They don't have to be alive either. Two of Swords, you are blocked from them. So in other words, you're protected. You have your blinders on, Two of Swords. Yeah, so if this is somebody in the living or somebody who died, say, in a way where you feel that their energy is nefarious, you're protected. Aquarius, you're protected. What else do we have for the Aquarius people? So yes, your obsession and or obsessed people and or addictions might be rearing their heads right now with Mercury retrograde. So if you've been kind of falling back in old habits, I don't see evidence of that, but you could be tempted to fall back into old habits, or somebody maybe was addictive towards you or you towards them. Maybe it's hard to take your eye off the prize and not look backwards at a choice point you changed on. Maybe you're looking back on that. But you did use fair judgment. You were very balanced. You were very, very fair with the decision you made to go forward for your new journey. Because I think destiny may be at play for you. I don't see it on the dice. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, you're on the right path. You're growing. So you're very abundant. This is also saying that you could be thinking about, if not, maybe becoming pregnant, Aquarius. Can I get more on that, Queen of Coins, please? So what I have here is that you're Eight of Cups. Okay, Scorpio energy, moving back, ending, moving away. This is somebody that you bared fruit with. You might have had a business or a child with this person. So you walked away from somebody, the child of the parent of your child. Okay, this is someone of that nature. And so they have a connection to you that you can't really cut away from entirely. So that is what I'm seeing is for some of you. Could be that they wanted you to be the mother or father of your children as well. But what happens after Mercury goes direct for the Aquarius? Yeah, you're working. You're getting a lot of messages. Eight of Wands. You're working really hard. You're getting a lot of messages, a lot of connection with someone. And this person is going to still keep an eye on you. Specifically, if there's a creation that you two still share. Yes. What's coming on the other side of this Mercury retrograde is the door will be open with the Wheel of Fortune. The messages will be flowing and coming forth. So you're supposed to not give up. Your advice is not give up and enjoy the journey. So Mercury retrograde, it is not going to stymie you. Just stay on path, stay on course. You took the fork in the road. You have been following the path. You're not letting anything or anyone stop you. This person may have a connection to you, but they're not stopping you. What is yours is going to be yours. Six of Cups. History will still be looking at you. Okay, Six of Cups. History will still be looking at you, towards you, as a wish. Okay, seeing that you moved away. Six of Swords. So you may be, you may be planning with Mercury retrograde to move across waters away from this person who is holding on to you that might share, say, a creation with you. That is what I have for the Aquarius. What do I have for the Pisces people? Mercury retrograde. And you too have your, so about half of everyone here for all the signs, destiny is at play. So destiny, North Node right here on the table for the Pisces people. Leo, twice. Creations, creative, fun, happy. Virgo, work. So this is the stuff that maybe you might be finding resistance with. So there could be some kind of problems when it comes to a soulmate, okay? Your lifetime love. So there could be some resistance that you're running into with Mercury retrograde. And if you're not with someone, you could be overly desperate and trying to find someone. Like you feel like the clock has got you. Pisces, maybe you feel that you're creating life, if you're a female, could be running short. Clarification there. For Pisces, what do we have for the Mercury retrograde for the Pisces people, please? Okay, so there is some kind of conflict, the Five of Swords, that is causing you trouble getting going on something with the Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius energy, and the Page of Wands. So that's desire. That's desire. It could be, yeah, Two of Cups. So maybe you're not right now attracted or being found attractive by your person or the right person. Mercury retrograde is kind of feeling for the Pisces that you're not on the same page. Things aren't going. There's some kind of conflict. It could be about looks. You know, like the two of you aren't meeting eye to eye. But I'm getting desire. Two of you are not finding each other desirable at this time. Why is that? Seven of Swords. You're dealing with someone deceitful. This Mercury retrograde, you're finding that they can't be trusted. Yeah, you've invested in somebody that can't be trusted. Pisces, I don't know if we get very many Pisces here. This may not be for everyone, but this has been a burden for you. This Mercury retrograde has shown you the truth with the High Priestess, what it is that is causing you to not find an attraction in somebody, or why they're not attracted in you. So they could be being fake with you, or maybe one of you wants children, the other doesn't. One wants to grow, the other doesn't. Mercury retrograde is saying that this person's not very stable. If you're looking for stability, this person that you've been hoping to invest in with, choose, has not been very stable for you. It could be a Gemini. They don't have to be. So if you walked away from them, you made the right move. Spirit might be recommending you walk away from them and keep your eye open for the right person. So I'm hearing the old adage, in love with love. Pisces, if you've been single and you just chose somebody because they were in, say, the crosshairs, you know, they're like, they were free. They seemed right. They were soulmate energy, but they just weren't right? It didn't feel right once you were together romantically. You didn't see them in a desirable way, or you saw them deceptive, or they were deceiving you, and it come out with this Mercury retrograde. Something from the past had cropped up. And for once, it happened around your home. Happened around your home where you hang out. This could be that one of you has a situation with a twin. I kind of have a feeling that this person's keeping you from being with your twin. This is somebody that you were with, and with the Mercury retrograde, you're realizing you were wasting time with them. Yeah, valuable time. The moon. Four of Cups. You were stuck on this person when there was another person who was divinely yoked with you. This person was deceitful, but you were hanging out because you enjoyed hanging out with them, or it was a comfortable habit. But clarity come. This Mercury retrograde clarity come with the High Priestess and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, Seven of Wands. You have to stand on business and heal. Let this person go. Okay, the Star. You could be a cusp with Aquarius, Five of Cups. It's a disappointment. The disappointment you've had with the situation that has crept in. It started possibly right before Cancer season. This person did not offer you stability, okay? There was no stability. They weren't strong. You felt foolish to be in this connection. They were wearing a mask. So I'm seeing you in your head where it comes to this person. Like you're getting reading after reading on this person, but deep down you know that it was right to walk away from them, move away from them. And if you're still stuck with them, Mercury retrograde is telling you and forcing you, hey, look, pay attention closer to the details. They are messing with this. Yeah, they're deceptive. Seven of Swords again. They're messing with the outcome. They are bringing you drama. They're not stable. They're deceptive. And you put a lot of time into them already. And time is moving for you now. Divine timing is moving for you now to make the decision to cut yourself free from this situation so that you can move forward into the divine counterpart one that is coming forth when the Mercury retrograde goes correct, when Mercury moves right. Yes, the Emperor. Yes. If you're a feminine listening, most certainly that is your Emperor. You could be the Emperor. But yes, your divine counterpart right after Mercury goes direct is waiting. Knight of Pentacles. It's been slowly moving forth. So possibly Virgo season is when this will occur, but you need to clear your energy of this person who's been wasting your time and or deceiving you and doing the most to keep you off path for what is meant for you. Who is meant for you? This again is your destiny. Pisces, this is your destiny. One more for advice. Okay, it says time off, a local vocation and getting away from it all, a road trip. So yes, Pisces, you need to have a little vacation and do a reset. Cleanse your energy of this person. Mercury retrograde is here to kind of show you the details that maybe you didn't focus on so well. So it's not like to hold a grudge, but it's to kind of like look at those things a little better. Like, okay, I'm shaking out the laundry. What did this person do in all this time? What have they done? How have they upset my destiny? How have they gotten in the way? And how have I let them do this? Because ultimately, your whole future is right now, it's calling for you. Divine destiny, divine timing is at play here. So letting go of them, the sooner you can cleanse, clear, and move forward, your destiny is awaiting. This is what I have for the Pisces. So Mercury retrograde has been there to show you, shine light on the things this person did, because maybe you've been just too accepting, tolerant. I'm hearing tolerant of say their shortcomings, the things that they've done that have gotten in the way of your happiness and or co-creating with them. Okay, that's what I have for the Pisces. That is for everyone. That concludes the Mercury retrograde reading. I appreciate those that did show up. I appreciate those that did thumb up. Anytime I show up here and I read and there is no open chat, it's your opportunity to hit the thumb up, and that will help get things moving so that I can get open chats for people. And we are at 8 and 11, but I am not going to be doing at this time an open stream for answers. When this gets left out in the wild, you can comment on it. If you have a sign you're curious about being read on, please let me know about that. Anything you need to ask, you don't have to ask a question, but as far as the readings go right ahead. I'm going to read for Lucky Girl as well. Now, I had problems with another channel I have where the video got lost from my content creator catalog. So I'm not sure what's going on with YouTube. I've got issues with it. Don't forget to like, share, show support. I appreciate it. I don't ask for money, so I appreciate the support you can bring. Thanks so much, everyone. Cosmic Sage, I'm out for now.